Hello and welcome to this amazing and wonderful topic, accounting and technology. This chapter is a wonderful chapter because nowadays the role of accountant has completely changed because of the huge impact of technology in our day-to-day business, day-to-day transactions. Gone are those traditional days when we used to sit with books of account, used to do manual accounting. Then some accounting softwares came like Tally, where you are doing data entry and the Tally software will do the rest of the work, like preparing ledger, P&L account, balance sheet, cash flow. But the technology has moved much faster than that, moved much ahead of that, and lot of advancement in technology has taken place, which chartered accountants of this generation must be aware of, so that you will get an upper edge in your profession, so that you will remain competitive, so that you will remain competent. Otherwise you will become outdated. Just passing this exam is not enough. You have to also embrace the latest technology which are required to make the things faster, make the things accurate. There must be data protection, there must be privacy of the data. You will be able to access the data. More importantly, you should be able to analyze the data. And that is where the technology has impacted our accounting profession also. Technology has impacted every area of our life. So how can accountant be away from this? If an accountant has to now learn, understand technology. In this chapter they have discussed some of the advanced technology used in accounting to make the accounting process faster, smoother. You can do more analysis and lot of other benefits of technology. So as we go ahead, we will see the benefit of technology in accounting, what are the challenges, what are the threats, and how you can safeguard also your interest when there is a lot of technology involved in your business. So field of accounting has undergone significant changes due to advancement in technology. Businesses have embraced digital transformation to remain relevant in competition, to face the challenges of competition, to face the increasing volume of business, increasing data that you are generating every day. There is no option, but you have to embrace that digital transformation. Accounting profession will become more and more efficient, will become more and more accurate as they adopt the new technologies. Now very quickly and briefly we are going to discuss evolution of accounting. Paragraph 2. On the screen you will find I have written very briefly in summarized form. In your book the detailed answer is there, but everything that will appear on the screen is also there in paragraph number 2, only edited slightly. So story of accounting begins from ancient civilization. Ancient civilizations like Egyptian, Greeks, Roman, they had also used accounting. In the Roman Empire, government had access to detailed financial information. So accounting goes back to as far as Roman Empire. In India also, Chanakya authored a manuscript called Arthashastra, which contained few detailed aspects of maintaining books of account. So in India you will find reference of Arthashastra, where books of accounts were maintained and explained. Then the Italian person called Luca Pacioli, I don't know how to pronounce it, even if I pronounce wrong you please excuse me. This person is known as father of accounting, and he discovered this bookkeeping system based on double entry bookkeeping which we use now. After that the Institute of Chartered Accountant of Scotland came, which is the world's oldest and the first professional chartered accountant body, Institute of Chartered Accountant of Scotland, being established by the Royal Charter in 1854. And what happened after that? After the ICI, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Scotland, then came Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales, which is very popular. Then Certified Practicing Accountant Australia, American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, okay, AICPA, popularly called AICPA, and if you pass this exam you get CPA degree of USA. I have passed this exam. Do you know that? I have passed this exam, AICPA exam of USA, and I had scored average 91% in 4 papers, maybe more than 91, actually I don't remember. Average 4 papers are only there, first sitting all 4 papers. And then thereafter we had Chartered Accountants Ireland were established in the 19th century. Then came our boss, okay, Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. In 20th century, the last century, Association of Chartered Certified Accountant, which is popularly called ACCA, were established. After that we had ICAI, an Institute of Singapore Chartered Accountant. This is how globally the accounting profession evolved. In the post-industrial period, technological advancements such as computer completely transformed the accounting profession. So this is how accounting evolved from manual accounting to computerized accounting, and nowadays we hardly find people maintaining books of account in register and notebooks or whatever you call. One student is saying ICI is inspired by Ireland and Scotland. Yes, ICI is inspired by basically chartered accountants in England and Wales, and of course other bodies also. We'll come to the current state of technology in accounting. Where do we stand right now? Lot of things have changed. Go to a supermarket and you will find that the whole accounting process is automated there. You will purchase the goods, put them in a trolley, and you will go to the counter where you will have this machine where they are going to scan, and after you have scanned all the items, the customer makes the payment using card, barcode, or maybe a UPI cash. This accountant or this cashier does not have to do any accounting. Automatically the inventory records are updated, cash records are updated, sales are updated, and there is nobody who is going to now pass the journal entry or any kind of accounting entry. It happens automatically, because if they start writing accounting for each and every transaction which is happening in the superstore, departmental store, imagine how much accounting they have to pass. Every day thousands of customers come, they purchase so many different items, not possible to do manual accounting, okay, and therefore automation is there everywhere. You go to any website, you go to suppose Amazon or Flipkart or our website also, you will find that everything is automated. You make the payment, you get the invoice, it gets recorded in our accounts, and even the GST data is generated from that. The back office people will upload the GST information. That is what is the current state of accounting. The concept of data entry, data recording, punching information, of course it is there. It cannot be completely eliminated, but it has been reduced to a large extent. Okay, so that is the major change which has happened in the last few decades, automation of accounting process. So what we do in automation, we use softwares and other tools to automate manual process. And what is the advantage? You can do much faster. Automatically, if you see this person has purchased 500, not 500, let's say 50 items, then all these 50 item records are automatically updated in your inventory system, sales system, cash and bank system. One student is saying in New York there is a supermarket where there is nobody, and once we put the item in the trolley, it is added into the bill, and if we remove from the trolley, it will automatically remove from the bill. This is 100% automated. Very good. Have you seen that? Yes sir, very good. So you have gone to USA, very good. So you should have done CPA also, there only. Yes, you are right. Nowadays in many superstores you will find that once you put in the basket, your automatically accounting is done. Now the student is saying, I have heard it from somebody. Okay, no problem. But I had gone to New York when I appeared for CPA exam, and in 2007 I had seen what you are telling right now. It was there. There was nobody in the counter. You pick up the goods, you go to that machine. But yes, that time I had to do manual barcode reader I have to do, and the bill automatically comes. You make the payment and you come out. If you try to steal something, there will be alarm and the alarm will start ringing. So never try to do that. If you think there is nobody, there are security system in places. That is automation system. You are right. Now, how this automation works, let us look at Walmart or Reliance Smart Bazaar at the front end. You may not, if you want to go to Walmart, you have to go to USA. I had the good fortune of visiting Walmart also in USA when I had gone for appearing for CP exam. But in India, you can go to this departmental store, Reliance, Fresh or Big Bazaar and like that. And how do automated process works? You as a customer, you don't bother, but the accounting part is taking place automatically. The customer will pick the goods, goes to the billing counter will scan the items barcode, then scanning automatically reads the data and input the item procured and the corresponding selling price. So there is no manual preparation of bill. Automatically the bill is prepared, the GST is calculated, every detail is there in that barcode which is reflected in your bill, and then the bill is generated. All items are recorded, bill is generated in a couple of minutes. Depending upon how fast you can scan it, your bill is generated. So 50-60 items also, the bill gets generated in 1 or 2 minutes, and then the customer will make the payment. The bill is printed and hand over to the customer. So all this process has been automated. In some countries, as my student friend rightly said, there is not even a cashier also. You will have to do on your own. If you want to pay by cash, you press cash, the counter will open, you put the cash note there. And if you want to pay by card, there are a machine. If you pay by this UPI, that is also there. And some of them have nowadays that touch card. You just put the card there, automatically the amount is deducted. Okay. So that is automation. Everything happens in a fraction of a second. Imagine how much time it saves, how much error is eliminated. In fact, there is no error. If the computer is programmed properly, you will not find any error. Okay. At the back end, now the accountant is watching. Oh, I am relieved. I don't have to do anything. So only minimum activities will be now required at the back end. As and when the barcode of an item is scanned at the billing counter, the inventory of the said item at the departmental store is automatically updated. So that is one advantage. Your stock ledger, which earlier long back they used to maintain manually, and they used to write inflow and outflow of goods, now not required. Automatically your inventory data is updated. At any point of time you can see how many units are left in your stock, and accordingly you can place the order. In fact, that is also automated. Once you reach a certain reorder level, the order is automatically generated. Accuracy in maintenance of inventory data. But periodically what you should do in a departmental store, you can go for physical check of inventory once in a quarter, once in a year, so that your accounting record and your physical record are same. So this will give comfort to the management about accuracy, valuation and existence of inventory. So in businesses which are growing now, there are thousands and thousands of varieties of inventories they are keeping. If you go to some big departmental store, there are thousands and thousands varieties of products they are keeping, but they don't have to now manually maintain any inventory record. Once the inventories come in, they will update in the system, and as and when the customer is buying, the inventory records are updated. What about the GST? The software is now programmed that GST will also be updated simultaneously. What the accountant is to do? The accountant will have to upload the GST on the portal, and in fact that can also be automated. One student is having one good input. Let me read. I hope all of you agree. Our student is saying that in our city, 1 year back in Reliance Digital Store, one thief entered in the store in the midnight and theft certain things. And when he wanted to go back with the item, the police arrived and caught him. Very good, this happens. The thing is that when the thief entered into the store, it automatically reached to the security surveillance of the headquarters of Reliance Digital and informed to the local police. It came in the local newspaper. Yes, it happens. If you try to steal something from departmental store, there are security tags on every item, and unless it is removed by them, if you want to go out, it will create security alarm. I have seen that in one US departmental store, that alarm started ringing. Okay, that was not because of me. Just I wanted to clarify. It was because of some other reason. And I was little scared why the alarm is ringing so much. Then police came and they found the reason. Sometimes there can be false alarm also. Sometimes there can be genuine. This ensure accuracy in return uploaded, thereby minimizing the need for manual reconciliation and data maintenance. Imagine if these big companies like Amazon have to do manual GST calculation and reconciliation, it will take years. But now through automatic process, the GST reconciliation, everything is getting done automatically. That is one of the greatest things in accounting which has happened in the last few years. That reconciliation thing is very boring. Trust me, our office is not yet fully automated, so every month end we'll have to sit down and do some kind of reconciliation in the GST or in the TDS or something or the other. But I am happy that many companies are now using these processes, so they are free from reconciliation thing. Softwares are programmed to ensure that the bill amount is automatically displayed on the point of sale machine. So now what these stores do, there will be one display on the customer side. He can see the bill, and there will be one UPI scanner also. He will take his mobile phone near that scanner and he will make the payment through UPI, debit card, credit card. some customers are cash rich customers. Okay, so they will not want to pay on UPI model or debit credit card, so they can pay by entering the amount on the screen. Cash drawer will open and you can pay by cash, and once you deposit the cash, then the cash drawer will be locked again. Okay, this will help to identify the person. Suppose you have put the wrong amount, it can be identified, thereby reducing the chances of misappropriation of cash. So all this automation can be done where there is no manual intervention and the entire transaction takes place very quickly. Next paragraph we will learn is the benefit of automation process. Do you find automation is beneficial? Yes. Data entry is not required. That barcode reader, what it is doing? It is doing data entry only. When you appear for your certain exam, there are optical character reader and your paper is automatically checked by the computer. In stores, there are barcode recognition technology, and through which the data is captured by the computer. It prepares receipt, it prepares invoices, no manual data entry. So time, cost, effort is saved. More importantly, because there is no human intervention involved, there is no human error involved. Error will be there if there is a programming error, but before you launch a software, there are a lot of software testing done, and because of software testing, the chances of error is less. One student is saying people will become jobless. Oh, I agree with you, but can't help it. Okay, this is a big debate going on across the world, because if you give so much power to technology, what will happen to the human beings? There are a lot of data entry operators, lakhs of data entry operators. Their job will be at a stake. I agree with you. The only thing that is you have to do is to upskill, reskill, and that will keep you relevant. Is it right? See, now I am telling you one simple live example. When I used to take batches earlier, face-to-face classes, in one classes we used to have 500, 600, 700 students face-to-face sitting here in this classroom, this huge classroom where I am taking right now. Now it has become a studio. There is nobody in the classroom. I had two choices. Either I will take only face-to-face classes, but the students are not interested in coming. For example, some students are interested, but not many of them. Today nobody has come. But then I learned the online teaching, that is called upskilling, and then we are able to still teach so many students online. We learned the recording technology, we learned the encryption technology, and therefore we can now sell the video lectures also. So I could have become jobless if I would not have upskilled, reskilled and learned this technology. So that is what I will say, that there is always a fear that technology will take away the job, but technology will always create new jobs also. So when cars came, a lot of people thought that before car they used to carry horses, oxen, other animals, and they thought that job of all those people will go away, but it did not happen. So when car came, you learn the car and you become a driver. Okay, earlier manual accounting was done. When tally came, there was a lot of people who were afraid that tally will take away the job, but no, now there is a huge demand for tally operators. If I try to find out people who can come and do accounting on tally, we don't get good number of people. Okay, there's so much of demand. So if you learn Tally, then again you have saved your job. So that will always be there. If you think 100 years back and what we have today, there is a complete different thing, but everybody is getting employment. Okay. So next benefit of automation process. I liked your question. Will technology make us jobless? The answer is both yes and no. Yes, if you don't upgrade yourself, upskill yourself, and no, if you upskill yourself, learn new technology. That's it. Technology is a tool, it is not a master. Don't make it your master. Don't allow it to be a master. Okay. One person is saying whether artificial intelligence will replace. The answer is still no. Artificial intelligence is only a tool and it will help us to do certain tasks in a much simplified manner, but it can't replace human being. Human beings have got so much creativity, analytical power, which even machines cannot have. So don't worry about artificial intelligence. They are also a tool. They are also like Tally. They are also like some other software that you use in the offices. Okay, don't give too much power to, or don't think that they are going to replace. No, they are only tools. Okay. So let us go to next point, accelerating data processing. Yes, the speed of data processing has increased, and that is required because the volume of the data has also increased. Software can process large number of data, can do lot of tax calculation, can generate financial statement much faster than human beings. But again, that is advantage. So human being who are doing manual work, they can be freed and they can be utilized elsewhere. Another benefit of automation is accuracy. Manual accounting, manual data entry may result into some kind of error, but because it is software based, the accuracy is very high. The chances of error is substantially reduced. Reconciliation, all these things are things of the past. Okay. Decision making will improve because you will have data available to you on real time basis. You can do data analysis on real time basis. Every minute you will be able to see how much sales you have today, which product is selling more, which product is in higher demand, and accordingly you can make strategies. So my time which was wasted on routine activities, manual activities, those time I can use for evaluation of my performance. I can use it for making new strategies. So software is actually giving me power to use my time more productively, and therefore automation process saves time and money. So what 10 human beings will do, it can be done by one software also, and software works 24 hours, 7 days a week. They don't go on a holiday, they don't want bonus, they don't want incentive, they don't go on strike also. You can purchase anything from e-commerce website at any time of the day on any day. Is it right? And that is where software helps us to save our time and money. They work 24/7 and they've increased the productivity. And then compliances are possible. If you leave compliances to human beings, there are chances of mistake, because human beings are prone to making errors, and there is nothing wrong with that. You are human being, you are going to make errors, but then error can be costly. So now you can use software where lot of compliances can be done automatically. You have to file TDS on time, GST return on time, you have to submit financial reports to authorities on time. These are few examples I have given. the format should be in a certain manner. Everything is now automated, and at the end of the year it doesn't take much time to prepare financial statements by even large companies. You must have observed year ending date is 31st March, and some of the listed company, they publish their result something around 15th April, okay, 30th April. Within 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, the financial statement of the listed company is ready. How is it possible? It is possible because of the automation, and it is exactly as per the requirement of the Ind AS or the respective gap with all the disclosures. So much is the benefit of automation. And what are the challenges in the automation process? There are few challenges also we will see. First is, as one student had asked me, will human beings become jobless? The answer is no. The answer is no. Trust me, you can keep your job, but you need to undergo training, education continuously. Technology will keep changing. That is the nature of technology. And if you want to remain relevant, you have to also learn new technology. Is it right? When I passed exam, that time I had never learned online, or I had never taught online. But last few years, especially after lockdown, we have to learn this so that we are still relevant and we are able to teach. So learning will be a continuous process. Learning will be a continuous process, and those who are not going to update, those who are not going to learn new skill, those who will not take the required training, they might become outdated. Second is, because everything is now on internet, there is a risk of cyber attacks. There is a risk of data breaches, risk of your data being stolen. Okay, like even big companies like Facebook, their data was compromised. Or you might have heard about Domino's, even their customer data was compromised. So that means compromising the security and confidential of financial data. Even in some banks also, some compromise have taken, which means lot of information about you or about your organization, about your financial information can be leaked. Then there is a potential loss of job. Potential word is used. That depends if you are not able to upskill yourself. If the automation is very high, then there can be some job loss, and this can be mitigated by ensuring appropriate training to workforce to remain updated with the technology. So that challenge in automation process will be there. We cannot ignore that. And the reason is that technology can never move backward. Technology is always going to move forward. Okay, if you think that you can rotate the wheel of the technology backward, it is not possible. Technology can be disruptive in certain business. For example, when cabs like Uber, Ola, Goa Miles or similar apps have come, do you think that the taxi drivers have become jobless? No. In fact, now they are getting more income. They have joined Uber and Ola, so continuously they are getting customer. Continuously. Earlier they used to just wait for 3-4 hours, then some customer will come. Now anywhere they are on the road, they are getting the customer, they are getting the payment, they are getting respect also, and they can drive as much as they want and they can stop as and when they want. Okay, so the answer is no. If you Understand, lot of auto rickshaw people I have seen, they are using Ola, Uber and providing services. Earlier when my class used to get over at 9 o'clock and if I have to go home, I used to take half an hour to find one auto rickshaw to go home. Cab was not available in this area only. Now after my class is over, I shut down my laptop and I go to Ola, Uber app, and I will, by the time I reach the downstairs, they are waiting for me. Is it right? He is also happy, I am also happy. I pay less, I get better service, they get more revenue. So technology is going to move forward only. Artificial intelligence will be there. Okay, you have to learn those technology and you have to apply in your life. There is no choice. There is no choice. Technology is going to be a disruptor. There is no option. Okay. Thank you very much. See you in the next lecture. Hello and welcome back to this wonderful topic, accounting and technology. Very interesting topic. First time we are learning the role of technology in accounting. In the previous part we have seen the automation process. Now we'll see robotic process automation, that is use of robots or what is called popularly bots. So companies can use bots now for automation purposes, and that will speed up the work, improve accuracy, improve efficiency, save cost. You can do more data analysis. Management can concentrate their time and efforts in designing strategies. So that is the advantage of using robotic process automation. In short, we will call it RPA. Is it right? RPA is an emerging technology that revolutionizes financial reporting purposes. So again, this is an emerging technology like artificial intelligence, blockchain, machine learning, and it will improve, it will cause a revolution in the financial reporting purpose. How it will cause important revolution in the accounting process, let us see. It utilizes software robots or bots to automate manual and repetitive tasks. So lot of tasks which can be done manually, you can simply give it to the robots and they will do all the basic repetitive tasks. Human beings are free from that. They can do financial data processing. They can even do analysis and reporting. It depends on how do you program them. Accordingly, lot of tasks which are done manually can be automated and you can do data processing, analysis, reporting much faster with the help of this RPA. So RPA can, see the power of RPA. If suppose you are a company like Reliance and you have 100 plus subsidiaries, do you think it is manually possible to consolidate all of this in a given short span of time? The answer is no. Then how do they do it? How do they do it? Is somebody there to bring all the 100 balance sheet like we do in the classroom and do all these calculations and then prepare? The answer is no. It is done through this robotic process automation, through which they take data from all the subsidiaries. It is programmed in such a manner that it can extract and calculate data. It can perform whatever calculations you require. You may require calculation of goodwill, non-controlling interest, consolidated equity. This RPA bots will do it automatically. You just have to program it in such a manner that it will be able to extract data from all the subsidiaries and do all the calculations that you require for financial data processing, and it will generate reports. So what reports do you want? You want consolidated balance sheet, consolidated profit and loss, OCI, SOCI, all these will be generated by these bots, and it will ensure compliance with relevant Ind AS also. So use of these RPA bots will save lot of time and efforts on the part of accountants. And what is the benefit of adopting RPA in the financial reporting? It will improve accuracy because human intervention is minimum. So chances of error is not there. Whatever is the input, it will be taken as it is. No manual intervention involved. It will increase efficiency also. What otherwise we will take hours, it can be done in minutes. What will take days to complete, this can do in minutes or hours. And then the important task is, human beings have limited time, especially the finance professional, top management people. So instead of investing their time in non-core activity like compilation of data, preparing reports, it can be handed over to the RPA bots and your time is free. You can use it for more strategic business decision making purpose. Focus on more strategic activity. Time is very important. Next is, what benefits organizations will get from this robotic process automation? You will achieve timely reporting. Year ending date is 31st March. As per SEBI, you have to prepare your financial statement within a given time frame. Let us say 3 months. In 3 months, you have to prepare your separate and consolidated financial statement and submit it to the stock exchange, SEBI and shareholder. If you are a huge company with 100 subsidiaries, associate, joint ventures, it will be very difficult to compile the data manually or using simple softwares. Then the role of these RPA bots come. They will automatically extract data from various sources, compile them and prepare reports the way you want. It will help in cost saving also. It will increase data integrity. Chances of manipulation, chances of error will not be there, and leading to more reliable and insightful financial information. So this way, the financial information will also be more reliable. It will be relied upon by the users. Now there is one example given where they have explained how these RPA bots help in consolidation. One example is given, RPA in financial reporting. Let us take example of a company XYZ. It's a group of companies that prepare CFS to streamline their financial reporting process. Now it may have lot of subsidiaries. So what would be the challenge now? To compile lot of data of different subsidiaries. They have decided to use RPA. So what are the steps involved? Tick mark for a theory question. What are the steps involved in consolidation? What are the steps involved in consolidation if the company is using RPA bots? So company has multiple subsidiaries. Each subsidiary will have its own financial data. So what RPA bots will do? It will automate the process of extracting financial data from various subsidiaries and consolidate into parent's financial system. So these bots will compile data from various subsidiaries and consolidate them into parent system. Bots will retrieve financial information, perform necessary conversion of currencies also. If you have foreign subsidiary also, don't worry. Bots will do the conversion into presentation currency and reconcile intercompany transaction. That is also very important. companies have thousands of intercompany transactions. At the end of the year, one of the very boring task, manual task, is to do the reconciliation, comparison of those 1000 transactions. Now you don't worry, it will be taken care of by this RPA bots, and therefore it will ensure accuracy and help in timely consolidation. Another thing, in Ind AS 110 we have learned intercompany transaction will be eliminated to avoid double counting and to give a true and fair view of the group's financial position. Have you learned that? Now in a year there can be hundreds and thousands of transactions. Finding manually all these intercompany transactions can be difficult, but with the help of the RPA bots, you will be able to identify this intercompany transactions, eliminate them, and you can prepare consolidated financial statement. So the advantage of using RPA bots is that they will be able to identify intercompany transaction, eliminate these transactions by adjusting the corresponding account and generating elimination entries. In our classroom we have done this manually because we had one subsidiary. At the max we have dealt with 2 subsidiaries. In reality there can be 20, 30, 100 subsidiaries, and therefore you will not be able to perform this manually. You will require the help of RPA bots. If they are available, you can do it, and it will simplify the process and reduce the potential for error. Then why we are learning in the classroom? The answer is we must know the basics. We must know the concept. Once you qualify, you are not required to do it manually. You have to ensure that the software is doing that, but it is doing correctly. You will be required to sit with the software programmers so that you can tell him that this is how the programming should be done, so that we will be able to prepare consolidated financial statement. And that is why we are teaching you CFS, how to prepare CFS, but in classroom we do all this manually. Practically you will not be required to do it manually. So what bots will do, it will retrieve consolidated data from the parent's company financial statement, then apply necessary consolidation adjustment. We have discussed this. You have to compute goodwill, you have to compute NCI, you have to compute consolidated equity, eliminate intra-group transactions, and after performing calculations of NCI, equity, OCI, etc., it will be able to present before you consolidated financial statement. Enjoy. So you will get consolidated balance sheet, consolidated income statement, consolidated statement of changes in equity, consolidated cash flow statement. And if the software programming is done properly, you will get accurate and consistent report. You will get accurate and consistent report. So that was about use of bots in the financial reporting purpose. Now we'll discuss about cloud computing. Have you heard about cloud computing? What is cloud computing? This is cloud. Okay. So here your data will be there, and you are sitting in your office. You will extract the data which is there, and you don't have to keep all the data in your internal server. Plus these are all software programs also, so lot of computation also you can do without the need to carry everything in your office. You can use cloud computing and save lot of time, lot of cost. And not only that, if the team members are in different parts, somebody may be here, he can also fetch data, somebody can be here, he can also fetch data. you can collaborate and you can work together, right? The advantage is the you can get you can do it faster, you can access it from everywhere, you can collaborate, and there are a lot of data security features also. Encrypted technology is used so that your data is also safe. Cloud computing has become very popular because companies cannot afford to invest everything on their own for their offices. So why not to hire somebody else's software or program? So it is like renting somebody's property instead of owning it and using it, and save lot of time, cost, effort. Correct. The students have given some response. I will read them. It helps in saving data in a distant server. It saves data in a distant servers. Correct. You are here. Your data may be saved maybe somewhere in America. We can retrieve it as and when required. Right, like your Google Sheet. Okay, and safety from hackers also, because these have lot of inbuilt security features, so not easy to hack. Very good answer. You people know more than me. I am very much aware about it. Okay. So cloud computing refers to delivery of computing services over the internet, which is very popular, and many companies use it now. Even small enterprises use it. You also use it. Okay, because you don't carry server with you. It is there somewhere and you access it. It allows accountant to access their data and software from any device with an internet connection. So as long as you have internet connection, you can access your data from anywhere, and this became more popular after this COVID-19 pandemic, because people were staying at home. They could not go to the office, but then how do they work? They need to access the data, and during that period, the cloud computing became a very important alternative to traditional client server architecture in physical location controlled by the entities themselves. And during this period, those companies which were providing cloud services, they made lot of profit also. They made lot of money. The benefit is that you can access the system from your respective location. You can work remotely. So work from home is possible because of this cloud computing during lockdown, and ensure that accounting process and reporting requirement did not suffer adversely. So even though you are not going to the office, your work is not affected because you are able to access the data. Next question is common application or cases of cloud computing. So where can we use cloud computing? One very big advantage of cloud computing is cloud storage. We don't have to store everything in our hard disk or computer or maybe internal servers. Like for example, our lectures which you access is on the cloud only. We have taken the services of a cloud computing company where all our lectures are uploaded, and whenever the student wants, he goes there and he is able to access those lectures. That is the benefit that we have. So students from different parts of the country, they are able to visit there, they are able to get the lectures, and they are able to enjoy. We don't have to spend so much money on creating our own space. Yes, we make them some payment every month, but compared to what it would cost if we use everything at our end, it is relatively cheaper. So there are companies which provide space like Dropbox, Google Drive, where you can store data, your videos, photos. Microsoft OneDrive offer cloud storage solution that allows user to access their file and data from anywhere with an internet connection. This has really made life easier for enterprises. Okay, especially for teachers also. Whatever data we have, we can keep on Google Drive and we can make it accessible to the student, those who want, by encrypting the file. So users can save documents, photos. Our students have lot of photos. Every day they click pictures here and there, make videos every time. Self-obsessed student, but their mobile gets full. Then what do? They upload it on the Google Drive. Am I right? Am I right, you people who are self-obsessed with your own photos and videos? Do you use Google Drive for storing? Yes, very good. And other files in the cloud and synchronize them across multiple devices. And then you link it with your laptop, your mobile, your iPad, and from anywhere on any device you can access as long as you get an internet connection. Another very big advantage of cloud computing is software as a service, which is very, very important, very, very popular. And as an accountant, you should know that now you don't have to invest in developing software. Somebody has already developed it. You just pay for the usage and you can enjoy the benefit of those softwares. So that is called software as a service, and you pay whatever subscription fees or monthly charges are there. So SaaS platform provide cloud-based software application that users can access and utilize via the internet. So you don't have to invest in the software. There are companies who have already developed those software, like for example, one very big name is Salesforce company, name of a company. What they have done, they have provided customer relation management. So this CRM software is already developed. You can subscribe to this and you can enjoy all the benefit. Like in our office also, we have a internet telephony service. Okay, the phone number is, I will tell you, 9667671155, printed at the end of the book. Now this is a software as a service. When you call on this number, you are actually calling a software. You will not realize it, and this software is programmed. We have suppose 6 or 7 office staff. So first the software will transfer the phone to this person. If he is busy, it transfers it to the second person, and that way we have defined the sequence, and in that sequence the phone rotates, so that even if one person is busy, it goes to other, then it goes to the third one. What is that? We are using a software only, okay, so that we can provide information to our students. So Slack for team collaboration, QuickBooks Online for accounting and financial management, and there are many. You can also find out lot of softwares are there which you can use now online without having to invest or develop those softwares. And then similarly you have infrastructure as a service, IaaS. This infrastructure as a service providers offer virtualized computing resources. So they provide lot of resources. You don't have to create infrastructure physically in your office now. You can virtually hire everything, like for example server, storage, networking, infrastructure, and the payment is made on a pay as you go basis. Depending upon your usage, you make the payment. So it's more like you have converted your fixed cost into a into variable cost. One of the very popular services is AWS, Amazon Web Services. We also use this service AWS for our lecture purpose, where it is recorded, kept, etc. Then there are other infrastructure as a service like Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform. This platform allows business to scale their IT infrastructure. Like if I invest on my own, it will require crores of rupees to create that kind of infrastructure. But with the help of this IaaS, we are able to upscale. If there are 500 students, we can hire the space accordingly. If there are 5,000 students, we can hire the space accordingly. And that way, we are able to meet the increased demand without the need to have our physical hardware. I am just having this laptop. I don't have any other infrastructure here. Is it right? I don't have any other infrastructure in the class except my laptop and this camera, but thousands of students are able to get the benefit of our service because of this cloud computing. Next benefit is PaaS. SaaS, IaaS, PaaS. Oh my God. So platform as a service providers offer cloud-based platform that enable developers to build, deploy and manage application. So this is useful for developer who can build, deploy and manage application without the complexity of infrastructure management. So don't invest in the infrastructure. You can use these platforms and you can develop, build, deploy and manage the application. Examples are Microsoft Azure App Service, Google App Engine, etc. Then cloud-based communication and collaboration. This is very popular. You have heard about Microsoft Team, where different people from different locations, they come together, they can communicate, they can share their files, etc. You have heard Google Workspace. Earlier it was called G Suite, and the most popular now, Zoom, used by lot of business houses, more popular with teachers also. We are also using this to relay our lectures right now. Zoom facility, which provide cloud-based communication and collaboration tools. We have not invested other than the monthly subscription charges that we pay, and it is a cloud-based service that facilitates real-time messaging. Our students are messaging right now. They are saying, yes sir, no sir, I am able to see. We are able to have video conferencing. I am able to see you, you are able to see me. We are able to share file. You are able to read this file on the screen right now, yes or no? That is file sharing and project management. So during lockdown, this became very, very popular, very, very famous. And don't forget cloud-based e-commerce now. Because of this cloud computing, e-commerce business has grown up like anything. Okay, because you don't have to keep data with you. You don't require a lot of software or infrastructure or hardware. It's already there in the cloud. So few platforms enable business to set up and message online stores using cloud infrastructure. So you can create online stores using cloud infrastructure, where you can give catalogs, you have payment system, inventory management system, you can analyze customers. That is your cloud-based e-service. And last but not the least, big data analytics. In this century and in the coming decades, data is the king. Okay, data is the king. Volume of data is increasing like anything. Volume of data is increasing like anything in any business. Now the issue is how to analyze data. Analysis of data is very important. and accordingly you can plan your business strategies. Okay, every company is now hiring data scientists, data experts, data mining experts, because they want to know how do we increase our sales by analyzing the data, by analyzing the customer's behavior, etc., etc. So this way, this cloud computing will help business organizations to process and organize large volume of data efficiently. They are programmed in such a way that you can analyze from different angles. You can analyze state-wise customers, you can analyze age-wise, male, female-wise, okay, during what time of the month they buy more, during which time of the day they purchase more, what kind of product they are buying more. All these analyses are required in business. So there are services like Amazon Redshift, Google BigQuery, Microsoft Azure Data Lake Analytics provide scalable infrastructure for big data processing and analytics. And using this, businessmen will be able to get lot of input for their data. Why we are learning in our current chapter or in our current syllabus? These are really very important in business now. As a chartered accountant, you may go into practice or you may go into service. If you go into practice, then also this cloud computing will be very useful. Those who are doing articleship, they must have already used cloud information, cloud computing a lot. And nowadays they collaborate also. The team members are in different parts, but they work together on similar projects. If you join a company also, an enterprise also, you can help them to get the maximum benefit of this cloud computing. So some benefits are mentioned here. Let us go through it quickly. It will be a repetition only. Benefit of cloud computing is one is improved accessibility. Improved accessibility means now you can access your data from anywhere on any device as long as there is an internet connection. So now you are 24/7 connected to your data. Even when you are sleeping at 12 o'clock, you can still access to your data and you can see any change that has happened, any important event that has happened. So this has increased flexibility for accountant and business owner. Now some student will say it has made our life more difficult because there is no distinction left between the home and the office, because when we reach home also we have our mobile and we are looking at the information and data that is flowing every minute. But the advantage is that you can work remotely and collaborate in real time. If this cloud computing is not there, then every day you have to go to office. Some companies say to their employee, you have to come 3 days only in a week. Enjoy. For remaining 3 days you are working on cloud computing. In the lockdown, all days you are working from home. Cloud computing. You have team members who are located in different places. How do you work together? Again, cloud computing. You are able to collaborate on real time. You are able to open a computer, open a, let us say, Excel sheet or whatever presentation, and all of you can discuss and decide. Next is security has enhanced, because these have advanced security features. Those companies which are providing services are big companies like Amazon, Google or Microsoft. So they have got lot of inbuilt security features like encryption. Encryption means only the entitled person will be able to enter the meeting, open the document, use the video, whatever. Firewalls, unauthorized access is not possible. And then there are multi-factor authentication also. So you will have password on your computer, then you get OTP, okay, So because of this password, OTP and maybe some other mechanism, face recognition, you are able to ensure that your data is protected. Cloud computing helps in protection of sensitive financial data from cyber threats and data breaches. Data is the king. Your data needs to be protected. Especially say for example you are bank, financial institutions, you have lot of data of your customer and there are sensitive data that needs to be protected. Cloud computing helps you with that because of these security features. Third benefit is scalability, very important. If you try to do this physically in your office, scalability will be a challenge. Every time you can't invest in new hardware, new software. But if you use cloud-based services, according to the requirement, you can scale it up. Like this Zoom which you are using, depending upon how many persons will attend the meeting, accordingly you pay the subscription. Okay, so what you are doing, you are scaling it. If you have 100 students in the class, you buy a package accordingly. If you have 500 students, you buy a package accordingly. If you have 1000 students, you buy a package accordingly. So you are able to scale up your business. Okay, without bothering much. Otherwise, every time in case of physical infrastructure, as the need increases, we worry about how to increase the physical infrastructure. Earlier when we had classroom, so when I started teaching in a classroom, it has only 20 capacity, first batch. When I took, it had a capacity of only 20 students, small classroom. Then after that batch, I had 50 students, so I can't accommodate here. I shifted to another classroom with 50 capacity. Those of my early batch students will know this story. After taking one batch, I found that this is also not enough, and then I took another classroom with 75 capacity, that also got full. Then in the fourth batch, I shifted to a classroom with 100 capacity. Fourth batch 100, and then in the fifth batch, I again shifted to a classroom with 125 capacity. And then I shifted to 250 suddenly, because in between not available. And then I shifted to another classroom with 400 capacity. Then I shifted to another classroom with 500 capacity, like that. And every time there was lot of losses involved. Okay, losses in the sense I have suppose given advance for 1 year, but then I find that no, I have more student and I can't accommodate. To this fellow, the first batch, he took advance for 1 full year, but I could use it only for 3 months. I could not increase the classroom size cannot be increased, and I cannot refuse the student also. So I had to lose my advance rent. Then we have to construct, or you can say we have to buy furniture accordingly. So all these challenges were there. Now it doesn't matter. Now because of online coaching, it doesn't matter whether we get 5 students, sometime 100 students, 200 students, it doesn't matter. Only I have to go and upgrade my Zoom subscription, and it does. I don't have to create more infrastructure, and that is the reason cloud computing is very important for scalability. You can scale up your business to any extent by adding some subscription fees, and you are not required to invest in additional hardware or software. That is the benefit of cloud computing. Another benefit is, as I said, it reduces your cost. You don't have to invest in IT infrastructure. You don't have to buy servers, softwares. There are softwares which will serve your purpose. Okay, and you can increase or decrease your requirement also accordingly. So very important that cloud computing has reduced the cost. The monthly subscription maybe, let's say 5,000, 2,000, 6,000, that is very small amount compared to what it will cost to me if I try to have that infrastructure or that software on my own. So this has really helped business to save money on IT expenses, and we can use that money for other areas of business. So we can use that money for improving the quality of the material, improving the quality of service. Next benefit is streamlined collaboration. People from different location can come together and work instead of physically coming to the office. So there is no need to come to the office. Also the data entry can be done from multiple location. What more do you want? So therefore it helps to stream workflows, and it reduces error caused by miscommunication also. So very, very important. Suppose you are a person working in Bombay. Earlier, my friend who works in Ernst & Young in Bombay, he said that in order to meet a client, we used to travel 2 hours per day. Just to go there, come back will consume my 2.5 hours in Bombay. I hope the same thing happens in cities like Bangalore, Pune, Delhi, Kolkata and Hyderabad, Bangalore. Now they don't go. Depending upon the kind of work, they will have a Google Meet, Microsoft Team Meet, Zoom Meet, and it saves lot of time, energy, effort for them. Then improved reporting and analytics also. So because of cloud computing, you can do lot of data analysis. Like for example, we can check every day, students must be aware, how many students have attended the class, how many students have attended, how many minutes also. That also we check every day. In a month, what was the attendance, who is regularly present, absent, who is replying, who is not replying. All this data are available to us. What do you think? So this software is programmed that we are able to do lot of analysis of the student also, which lecture he prefers to watch, which lecture they are not watching. This kind of data helps us to take more informed decision, improve in our next batch. So that is from our perspective. Imagine from big corporates perspective how much important this cloud computing could be. So challenges in cloud computing. As somebody said earlier, hackers. Who are these hackers? Any idea? Who are hackers? Hackers are those people who steal the data. They enter into your system. They can steal data. Okay, they can compromise with the integrity of the data. They can cause disruption in the business without authorization, without your notice. There are people who expertise in hacking. There are some ethical hackers also. Okay, these people can really cause a disruption to your business if they are able to hack your data on the cloud, because they can steal entire data, they can even erase the data, they can manipulate the data. So therefore, that is one challenge. Internet will always have this challenge. No system is foolproof. Even government sites are not safe. Even Google, Microsoft or Facebook or Amazon are also not safe. Sometimes people hack their data also. Okay, so that is one risk there, and you need to continuously work upon security of the data, because the hackers will keep on trying to find ways to steal. You have to keep on trying to make the security more and more strong, right? strong net connectivity is required. You have kept all your data on the cloud, and now imagine there is no net connectivity. What will happen? You will not be able to work, because to fetch the data you need net connectivity. Sometimes it happens in small cities, non-metros, tier 2, tier 3 cities, or small places where internet connection is not there, then you are not able to access your data which is on the cloud. So that is one drawback, challenge in cloud computing. But over a period of time, I have found this is not a big challenge now, because internet is more or less available in almost every town and city now easily, not very difficult. Then one example of cloud computing is given. Example, the finance team of XYZ consisting of chartered accountant, wow, and financial analyst, wow, collaborates on the preparation of income statement. So this is the finance team. You will find in your office also there are team of chartered accountants, financial analysts, and they are now working on preparation of income statement. So what they do, they utilize cloud-based collaboration tool like Microsoft Teams, Google Workspace to enhance their efficiency and ensure accuracy in the reporting process. So that is what companies also do. People sitting in different location, they will collaborate over Microsoft Teams or Google Workspace or similar cloud-based solution. So what happens, using cloud-based spreadsheet or shared document like your Google Sheet. Google Sheet is a good example. The finance professional from various locations input the relevant financial data into the income statement template. So depending upon what is the task assigned to each person, he will give the input. And as different people working in different location or different aspect, they are putting the data, it is continuously updating their revenue, operating expense, cost of goods sold, and other relevant information, ensuring accurate and comprehensive data collection. Through cloud collaboration platform, team members can work on income statement simultaneously. That is what you have observed when you work from home, or in case if you have during lockdown days, if you have worked in offices, you will remember that irrespective of your physical location, you are able to work together. Nowadays, these people are actually located in different countries also. Somebody is located in India, somebody is based out of US, somebody is in UK, and they are working together. That is the big advantage of cloud computing. The space or geography is history now. It doesn't matter. People from different nationality, they are working now together on common documents. They can review, edit, make real-time updates to the document. So boss may be in USA, boss will say, okay, make these changes. Changes done immediately. For example, the finance team in Mumbai can update the revenue figure based on sales data received, while team in Bangalore can revise the operating expenses based on cost information received. So that makes your task very fast. Cloud-based collaboration tool offers various control features also. So it has a lot of control features also, depending upon what facility you want to offer to a certain team member. What are the rights you want to give to a certain team member? Some team members can only view, he cannot edit. Okay, some team members can view only certain portion of income statement. This ensures that the latest version is always accessible and helps in maintaining audit trail for any revision or modification made during the reporting process. You can also keep an audit trail. For auditors, they want to know what are the various modification made. So a history is maintained of all the modification made. Once the income statement is prepared, the finance team can use cloud-based communication channels such as messaging, video conferencing to discuss the document and address any queries or concern. So team members in different location can come over video conferencing, discuss about the document. The team lead or finance manager can review the income statement. He may be in a different location. He can access it and provide feedback and approve the final version. Then cloud-based collaboration ensure that all team members have secure access. So there is a data security also to the income statement from their respective location. User access control and permission can be managed. So this is the safety. You can give them respective access or permission, and only to that extent that person is able to edit, view or whatever he wants to do, to restrict access to unauthorized, to restrict access to authorized personnel only, maintaining data confidentiality and security. So that is how in companies the team work together using cloud computing. Is it right? Now next is ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning. Have you heard any enterprise resource planning software? The most popular is SAP, Oracle, and maybe I think Tally ERP is also there, and maybe some Microsoft is also there. So what this ERP do? What this ERP do? Do you have any idea? This is a complete business solution. Let us say, for example, you buy something on Amazon. You place order on Amazon. Then the supplier gets a notice. So there is a data entry here only once. But now the supplier will get that information. You don't have to do data entry again. Then the supply chain management people, they will also get information. Okay. So all these, they are working together. They are integrated so that information is available to everybody and each person is not required to repeat the same thing again and again. There is no duplication of effort, whereas data is available to different parties involved in that easily. Like for example, let's say in a company, you receive the goods. So automatically what will happen? Your store ledger gets updated. The creditors entries are recorded. Purchase is recorded. Okay. And all the other relevant information gets automatically updated. So purchase manager will accordingly know goods have been received on this date. These are the features. Okay. Finance department will get the information. There is no duplication of efforts. Everybody is able to understand the transaction. So it is, as one student correctly says, all the activities of the business are integrated in one platform, and therefore you are able to get real-time information. Very useful for management because they will be able to continuously see as to what is happening in different aspects of the business. Okay. So that is ERP. It's basically enterprise resource planning software. Okay, and with the help of this advanced software, you can manage your day-to-day business activities very efficiently. Many companies use that now. You can integrate with your supplier also, so that whenever the inventory level goes down, the supplier automatically gets to know about it, and he will start manufacturing for your requirement also. Whenever sales order are received, automatically different people will get to know that this sale order has to be processed. Okay, the finance team will get to know, the purchase team will get to know, procurement team will get to know, production team gets to know. So if you work in big organizations, you will be able to see the benefit of ERP. Continuous updates of information, okay, takes place. So it is a type of software that organization use for managing day-to-day business activities like procurement, project management, accounting, risk management, compliance, supply chain operations. So all these day-to-day business activities are integrated with the help of this ERP, right? Suppose you take admission in institute, you fill your form. Once you fill the form, the data is available to all respective departments. So the dispatch department will dispatch the material. The team which has to send you maybe some other letters or information, they will dispatch you that. The examination committee will get to know about your information. So you are only inputting the data once, but all the other departments of our institute now are able to access your information according to the task they have to perform, and they will take further action. Is it right? So that is also, you can say, ERP. ERP system connects and correlates a multitude of business process. Why it is very popular? Because it is integrating a large number of business process and it enables the flow of data between them. So if purchases are made, automatically your store, creditors, all other records will get updated. It collects an organization's shared transactional data from multiple resources. So whatever data is generated, it integrates them, it collects them, and accordingly different users can use them according to their requirement. Management will require certain information, or the finance team will require certain information. So each person can use ERP to access the data and use for their respective requirement. Why ERP is very important? There is no need to duplicate the data. I gave you example of the institute. Once the student fills the form, they don't have to repeat the data. Everything is available. Once you put your roll number, in front of you the whole history of that student will come. And it provides data integrity with a single source of authentication. So data integrity is also there. There is no multiple data entry, so therefore there is no error. ERP systems are used by many organizations as it is critical for managing thousands of businesses of varied size covering all industries. Large number of industries are using this ERP, okay, to manage their day-to-day business operations. It saves time, energy, cost, resources from them. And then there are cloud-based ERP application also. So ERP application which is on the cloud now. So cloud computing and the benefit of ERP are embedded with the next generation technology. So you don't have to invest in the infrastructure also. You can embed with technologies like artificial intelligence, which is printed after some pages, machine learning, digital assistant, and that way you can use ERP to your advantage. So what ERP does? ERP makes it easier to collect, organize, analyze and distribute information to every individual and system that needs it. So there are data. If suppose you want to get to know information about customer, so they will have some code for this customer. Once you put that code, all the information that you need about a customer will get reflected. That is how the softwares are programmed. Very, very useful software. When we had done auditing in big corporates, we have seen how the ERP is useful. If I have to find something, it is very easy to locate and trace that information using that ERP package. We can do lot of analysis also by using other tools, sorting, increasing order, decreasing order, or whatever filters you put, you get the information accordingly. So very useful for auditors also, who can audit more efficiently using this ERP. Okay, each person is given some responsibility and they are able to use ERP to perform that. ERP also ensures that these data, fields and attributes roll up to the correct account in the company's general ledger. So this software will ensure that data is properly processed and all costs are properly tracked and represented. Key ERP principle is central collection of data for wide distribution. So data is collected and according to the requirement, different people can use it. So with a secure and centralized data repository, everyone in the organization can be confident that data is correct, up to date and complete, because the same data flows to everybody. So everybody is confident about the data, about its correctness, and then it also helps in data integrity. For every task performed throughout the organization, from a quarterly financial statement to a single outstanding receivable report, all these reports are integrated. So whatever is appearing in quarterly financial statement, you can link it with the customer's report also. It won't be different because the data is highly integrated. Now they can ask you a theory question for exam. Benefits of ERP. Why should companies use ERP? Okay, number one, it improves business insight from real-time information generated by the reports. I have done audit in big companies, listed companies also, and we are able to actually see what is written here. You are able to generate reports, whatever reports you want, on real-time basis, and you can analyze it in different ways. Second is less operational cost through streamlined business processes and best practices. This reduces your cost also because there is no duplication, the data is well organized, data can be utilized the way you want. Then enhanced collaboration of users, sharing data in contracts, requisition and purchase orders. So it helps you to collaborate with the other team members. Point 4, better efficiency through a common user experience across many business functions and defined business process. So as I said, it integrates several business processes, thus improving the efficiency. There is no duplication of effort, there is no duplication of data entry. Same data is used by different business people for their different requirement. Then consistent infrastructure from the back office to the front office. Is it right? You will fill the institute form online, but when you call and suppose their reception picks up the call, you tell your roll number or something, and then they are able to understand what you are saying. So that way, back office, front office, everybody is integrated and everybody has access to the same data. Then increase user adoption rate from a common user experience and design. More and more people are able to use it also. Over a period of time, people have identified the benefit of ERP and they are willing to accept ERP. Even the user experience is good here. It's not very difficult to use ERP, and reduction in risk through improved data integrity and financial control. So with the improvement in the software, risk is reduced. Lot of controls are embedded in the software so that data integrity is maintained, and from the management point of view, it results into less management and operational control through uniform and integrated system. How does an ERP system work? It seems as if I am teaching technology instead of financial reporting. How miserable our life could be. Altogether we are entering into a different field. Even the student will be finding it something out of context now. Your parents must be asking which subject you are learning. You will say financial reporting, but then they will say, but this fellow is teaching cloud computing, ERP, machine learning, artificial intelligence. It doesn't seem like a financial reporting class. True or false? It's true. The student said true. Technology has impacted every sphere, including the life of a financial reporting teacher. Okay, where in FR batch we have to teach how an ERP system works. We can explain briefly, but if you ask me to explain for half an hour, not my cup of tea. I must admit it. Okay, in case if you want refund of fees, I can refund 10 rupees for not explaining this part. Okay, those who want can send me your QR code. It seems like information technology class. Yes, you're right. ERP system works by using a defined standard data structure. Now this portion is very technical. Okay, they are explaining the backbone of that ERP, how that ERP at the backend works. So of course every system will have a standard data structure. If you don't standardize it, then you can't implement it throughout the organization. So first they create a defined standard data structure, and then information entered by one department is immediately available to authorized users across the business. So if the store department will input some data, it will be only available to those who are authorized to view that data. Like for example, purchase department, sales department, they may be authorized, finance department. Other department may not be authorized, they cannot view that. This uniform structure helps keeps everyone on the same page. Because the data is same, everybody has access to the same data who are authorized to use that data. Then real-time data is then woven into business process and workflows across the department. So different people operating in different departments will use the data according to their needs. Managers check if one location is doing significantly better than other site and can figure out why. So this may also help the management to check whether one particular location is doing better than the others. Then they will try to identify the reasons. And then finance department can also use ERP for comparison of sales. So they can compare sales of different location, they can compare profits and other financial data to help executives in understanding the performance of the organization and also for setting new targets. Life of an employee is very difficult. If he doesn't achieve the target, boss will fire at him. If he achieves the target, boss will give more targets to him. Is it right? And ARP will make his life more miserable because the information is easily available to everybody. ERP system delivers the most value when a company has modules for each business function. So I hope you must have heard about it. ERP system works on modules. What is module? Finance module, costing module, maybe purchase module, production module. So they create different modules, and then these different modules are integrated also. That helps in timely and accurate data entry. When a company uses business system from multiple vendors, you can even integrate your vendors also. Some big companies like automobile companies, they take components from vendors. They integrate their ERP with vendor also, so that vendor also is updated as to the requirement of material. Integrations are generally possible to make data automatically flow into ERP. This real-time data can then be used to throughout the ERP instance to benefit the process or workflow. So that is how at the back end the ERP system works. Now there is a illustrative steps for integrating internal control over financial reporting with ERP. So this is called integrating internal control over financial reporting. Internal control over financial reporting and ERP. You have to ensure that financial reporting is done correctly, properly, accurately, with proper authorization. Nothing unauthorized should enter the financial reporting system, and this entity is using ERP. So we have to ensure that using ERP system, we are still able to maintain internal control over financial reporting. That means there should not be any loophole in that ERP system. Nobody should be able to access something not authorized. Nobody should be able to make changes which is unauthorized, etc., etc. So whatever internal controls you have learnt in auditing subject relating to financial reporting, and you are now using ERP package. While designing that ERP, the company has to be aware that it takes care of the internal control over financial reporting. Unauthorized data should not enter into the system. Only authorized people should be able to enter the system and view, modify, etc. So then they have given you certain steps. This is a very long paragraph. There are only 15 points. How many points? Only 15 points. At the cost of getting bored, we have to read it once. Is it right? At the cost of getting bored, anybody will teach you, you have to get bored only. Whether it is me or any other person. Because these are nothing but they are steps they have mentioned which company needs to adopt to ensure that there is an adequate internal control over financial reporting when you are using ERP. So integrating internal control over financial reporting, in short we will call ICOFR, integrated internal control over financial reporting, ICOFR. With an enterprise resource planning system offers key advantage of streamlining financial process. So when you are designing ERP, that time you have to be very, very careful, because you have to ensure that there must be sufficient internal control over financial reporting. It will, once you do it properly at the beginning, then it will streamline your financial process. Then you will not have problem later. It will ensure data integrity and it will promote effective internal control. So while creating ERP, using ERP, make sure It helps in streamlining financial process, data integrity, effective internal control by automating and standardizing procedure. Advantage of ERP is that system is standardized. It's very easy to use, very easy for employees to accept it also, because it will help you to reduce manual effort and minimize the risk of error. So these are the advantage, but I can't compromise with the internal control. Just because it is simple, easy, standardized, I cannot compromise with internal control. So while designing this ERP, we have to ensure that there is a segregation of duty, real-time visibility into financial data. There must be comprehensive audit trail. If somebody wants to check the flow of the transaction from the beginning till the end, that is called audit trail. Enhanced reporting capabilities and proactive risk mitigation. Very good. So while designing ERP, you have to take care of that. Now one student has a good observation. The purpose of adding this chapter in the syllabus is that there will be lot of CAs who are not tech savvy. Nowadays, when you will pass, I am sure you will be reasonably a tech savvy person. Okay. And the client should be, yes, client should not ridicule their CAs, because the CA may not understand lot of technology. So with that objective they have introduced, right? But one has to also understand how much detailing should be given to a non-technical person. Okay, like I will tell you one thing, since you have raised the query, usually I don't like to speak outside the syllabus. When I appeared in CPA exam, there is a similar chapter on information technology, because a CPA like CA should also have awareness about technology, but it was only one page chapter. Okay, in that one page chapter they have only briefly explained, very briefly, so that it can fit into the one page, that what a CPA should know about technology which will affect his work. Okay, and if you are really interested, you can always now find out the information from several sources. You can do Google, you have artificial intelligence bots. Okay, by putting such detailed procedural information in the syllabus, does it really help? I have a doubt. Today you will listen to me, after half an hour you will not remember anything I said. Then you will appear in the exam, for 2-3 days you will remember this chapter, you will by heart it. By the time your results are out, you will not remember anything except the core principle. The core principle you have learned: cloud computing, ERP, and you will learn artificial intelligence, machine learning. That is there, that should be there. But then explaining the technology process in the syllabus, to my knowledge, is not justified. It is very difficult for lot of students to understand also what they have written, because now we use lot of technology in our work. We have done audit of big corporates. We means I have done. I am able to really actually understand what they are trying to say, and trying to give you some example which I have gone through. But lot of students who have not worked in big firm, big corporates, not exposed to big audits, they will not understand anything what they are trying to write. Do you agree with that? Yes, but okay, now whatever is there, enjoy it. What cannot be changed must be learned and enjoyed. Otherwise you will keep grumbling every day. Next point, the integration strengthens financial control, accuracy and compliance, ultimately enabling better decision making and reducing the likelihood of fraud and error. So this is one advantage of ERP. It will strengthen financial control, accuracy, compliance, better decision making and less fraud or error. One more thing which I have observed, that institute had cut and paste from different sources also, and therefore sometimes it feels that the paragraphs are not in sync, and second thing, lot of information gets repeated again and again because they might have taken one paragraph from one resource, one paragraph from other resource. Okay, sometimes the heading and the description below, they are not in sync. The heading is steps for integrating and the explanation is how ERP integration helps you. That could have been kept as a separate heading, benefit of ERP. Anyway, following are the illustrative steps for integrating internal control over financial reporting with ERP. Now first of all, I would like to give some homework to you. Homework. Question number 1, 2, 3 at the end of the chapter. So after we complete this paragraph on steps for ICOFR with ERP, today after the class you will read these questions and you will find that these have already been covered in the current discussion. So don't forget, you will have to do the homework that will help you in the exam, or you can get similar type of question. So what are the steps involved in integrating internal control over financial reporting with ERP? First is verify that the process include identification and updating of internal and external financial reporting requirement and deadlines. So whatever process are involved, it should meet the requirements and deadlines of financial reporting. And the explanation is the financial team should regularly review the regulatory guideline and reporting requirements set by regulators. So you have to inbuilt into your ERP system that the regulatory requirements are met and ensure that ERP system's financial closing process is aligned with the requirement. ERP's closing process, that means monthly closing, quarterly closing, annual closing, should be such that it should meet with your legal and regulatory requirement. Examples are listed company have to declare quarterly results. That means your ERP package should help you to immediately prepare quarterly results so that you can meet the reporting requirement under LODR. Sir, what is LODR? Listing obligation and disclosure requirement. For listed company, this LODR rules are there. Then you have to file periodic return under GST. I hope you know that. Then ERP should be designed in such a manner that you are able to generate those periodic returns. You have to file income tax returns, you have to file labor laws return. So when you are designing the ERP, take care of all these regulatory requirements are taken care of and you are able to generate report. Point number 2, review the documented process. Review the documented process to ensure it aligns with the organization's financial reporting policies and regulatory guideline. So when you have designed the ERP, there are documentation done, of course, and you as a finance guy should review it so that the output that you will get from the ERP system will be as per the reporting policy of the organization and as per the regulatory guideline. Who prepares ERP software? Chartered accountant or software personnel? Please reply. Who prepares ERP software? Software personnel. Does he know about financial reporting or regulatory requirement? The answer is no. So a person from finance team will sit with the software guy and he will explain to the software guy to prepare the software in such a way it meets the financial policy of the company and it also meets the regulatory requirement. So here comes the role of chartered accountants. Certain chartered accountants, they learn this SAP package so that they can sit with the software guys and they can help them in preparing or developing proper software for the client or the company. So you can also learn SAP after you qualify and you can join ERP companies where you will be in great demand. Your salary will be 10 times more than what you will otherwise get. Okay, there are very few finance professionals with SAP or Oracle knowledge. So you can do that because you will require knowledge of finance and software to create ERP packages. Finance team reviews the documented process in ERP system and cross checks it with the organization financial reporting policy and regulatory requirement to ensure consistency. Software guy has done it, check it. It meets the requirement of organization and regulation. Examples are accounting policy relating to PPE, depreciation, inventory, etc. For example, suppose the organization policy is to follow FIFO method for inventory valuation. Then this ERP should calculate inventory valuation on the reporting date as per FIFO. Another example, suppose your policy is to follow straight line method of depreciation. Automatically the ERP package should compute depreciation as per SLM from the date of purchase till the reporting date and subsequently for the whole year and whatever. Every time you will not get time, energy to check depreciation. While preparing the ERP software, you have to ensure that it meets your policy requirement. Third example is use the ERP system's change management functionality. Change management means something has to be changed to track and validate changes made to the financial closing and reporting process. So therefore, there must be a proper system in place to validate the changes made to financial closing and reporting process. Okay. Otherwise, there can be manipulation. There must be proper change management functionality. When changes are made to financial closing and reporting process, financial closing means at the end of the financial period, they will lock the numbers. Once all transactions, events are recorded, audit is done, for that year they will have to close it. The finance team uses ERP system change management functionality to track and record these changes. They will review system log and audit trail for changes made to the financial closing and reporting process. That means they should be able to find out what changes have been done for closing and reporting process and are as per defined roles and responsibility for change control, including change initiator, approver and change management team. So whenever any changes are made, we should be able to find out who have initiated the change, who have approved the change and who are the change management team. And only if it is properly authorized, then there is a proper internal control over financial reporting. Fourth example, verify the change to the process are authorized by designated individuals. Any change made should be by authorized individuals with appropriate authority using system log. They should be able to identify people who have made any changes. So finance team will have to review the system log, audit trail, and confirms that any change to the financial closing and reporting process were authorized by designated person only, like CFO, finance manager. Not everybody should be allowed to make changes. Only senior personnel are allowed to make change, and that too, that proper log is maintained, means record is maintained, so that later on you can identify as to who has made those changes. Is it right? Any query till now? Point number 5, review the change request. That is, who has initiated change request, review approval and documentation within ERP system to ensure proper authorization and validation of process change. Another thing we have to ensure, validate the roles and responsibility in the financial, validate that roles and responsibility in the financial closing and reporting process are clearly defined within the ERP system. Who is authorized to make change, who is authorized to permit changes are allowed by the ERP system must be defined by reviewing user access matrix configuration and system log. Next, point number 7, assess the qualification and training record of individual assigned to financial reporting roles with the ERP system. Also check those who are handling the ERP system. What is their qualification? Have they been given proper training to utilize, to handle the ERP system? Point number 8, validate that individuals responsible for financial reporting, individuals who are responsible for financial reporting have the understanding of the organization operations and appropriate accounting knowledge. So finance team validates that individuals who are responsible for financial reporting within ERP system have a comprehensive understanding of organization operations and possess appropriate accounting knowledge. Example, verify HR records of those involved in accounting have appropriate knowledge. So people using ERP should have appropriate knowledge of accounting if they are dealing with financial data. Point number 9, validate the transactions, validate the decisions on alternative accounting treatment. Decision on alternative accounting treatment for significant transaction events are documented and approved by the management. If more than one accounting policy is followed, which policy has to be followed? There must be some authority to approve that, and it should be documented and approved by appropriate management. Then point number 10, review the ERP system for documentation of accounting treatment decision, including approval and communication to audit committee. So you have to also review the ERP system whether it has got this feature or not. Does it include approval and communication to audit committee? Point number 11, review the ERP system user administration functionality to ensure appropriate individual have access to financial reporting process. Very important in practical life, only the authorized people should have access to entering into ERP system for financial reporting purpose. Otherwise, if unauthorized people enter the system, then it can create manipulation. So you have to check system log, audit trail with responsibility assignment matrix. Point number 12 is review whether proper KYC validation controls are in place for creating accounts master. So if you have to create account like customer account, then there must be proper KYC validation control. Then only the account will get registered. That means whatever inputs are required for registering an account, that system must be in place, and review the process for identifying related party transaction. Also, we have one standard, Ind AS 24. Do you remember Ind AS 24? Related party. Now there may be thousands of related party during the year. You can't sit at the end of the year and manually try to find out transactions with related party. ERP system should be designed so that at the end of the reporting period, it will give you a complete list of related party transaction which you can use for financial reporting purpose, and for that you may use separate ledger coding for related parties. That means you can assign some code. Once you input that code, all the related party transactions will come out. 13. Validate that ERP system captures and documents the appropriate accounting treatment. So ERP system should be able to capture appropriate accounting treatment for each non-routine event, transaction and account balance by reviewing journal voucher listing. Point 14. Use the ERP system's audit trail and reporting capabilities to validate that all postings have occurred in the correct accounting period. That also your ERP should ensure that transactions are recorded in current accounting period, reviewing accounting period configuration control. That means the system should ensure that only respective year's data is recorded in the respective year. So there must be some kind of accounting period configuration control. If somebody punches wrong date, which is not in the beginning or end of that accounting period, the system should not take that data. That is point number 14. And point number 15 is review the system's control for preventing backdating or unauthorized adjustment to posting. Very important. No backdating posting of data should be allowed by reviewing the posting date and transaction date of the entries. So these are some examples of steps for integrating internal control over financial reporting with an ERP. Is this long list exhaustive? Is this long list exhaustive? This is not an exhaustive list. They have written whatever they could have visualized, but depending upon the businesses, one has to accordingly ensure that your ERP system have necessary controls so that there is a proper reporting of financial transactions, right? So now we'll take a break. Okay, welcome back. Please come to next paragraph. Cyber security in accounting. Any idea what is cyber security? Earlier there used to be robbers. In the olden days, dacoits, okay, thieves. And now we have hackers, cyber crooks, and such people who can enter your system, who can steal data from your system, who can disrupt your system, who can encrypt your system without your permission, and who can even demand money from you so that you can get access back to your system. This is one of the greatest challenges of modern times, because our entire data now is on the internet. Banks, financial institutions, corporates, governments, even our academy, for example, because we have e-commerce website where there are transactions done, and therefore we are exposed to cyber crimes. Cyber crooks can hack the data. Cyber crook can create lot of damaging impact on the organization, and especially in the field of financial accounting also it is possible. They can manipulate the data, they can amend the data, modify the data, change the data, erase the data, okay, and therefore there can be a big financial loss to the organization. There can be a disrepute, okay, loss of reputation of the organization. People may not have faith in the system and the organization. Therefore this paragraph now talks about what is cyber security and how we can prevent ourselves from these cyber crimes, cyber frauds, which is increasing day by day. So I have made a small summary of paragraph number 4 here. You don't have to write anything. You can underline or highlight if you want, but the same thing is printed in the notes also. So cyber security threat and risk impacts and accounting firms. You may have heard stories where they have blocked the files of certain banks and the bank was not able to access those files. Sometimes some virus enters your system and you are not able to view certain files. It impacts your client, which may range from accessing the financial data of the firm or the client. So they enter your system, those virus, and you are not able to open the file. And if you want to open the file, you have to pay them ransom. Sometimes they will modify the financial statement and the management is not aware about it. That is also possible. The cyber risk is very high. Then protecting financial information. If you are using internet, if you are using ERP, if you are using cloud computing, then preventing your financial information is very crucial to prevent unauthorized access and data breaches. Then there are legal and regulatory framework also in India. This is more or less like a deterrence to the cyber crooks, but cyber crooks are also very smart. They will do something or the other to commit fraud. If something goes wrong, then you can go to the law. There are laws like Information Technology Act 2000, which was amended in 2008. They govern the collection, storage and transmission of financial data. So this law deals with storage, transmission, collection of financial data, and companies must adhere to these principles, this regulation, otherwise companies can be penalized. Non-compliance with data protection law. What can be the impact? First, government will impose penalty on you. And nowadays governments are coming with lot of regulation relating to data protection law, as you must have read in the newspapers, because there is lot of violation of privacy. Data is shared with so many other people. Hence government is becoming stricter and stricter about the data protection law. First of all, if you don't follow this law, you'll have to face penalty, and not only that, it will damage the organization's reputation also. Cyber security in accounting. Organizations have legal and ethical obligation to disclose cyber security incident with financial implication. So there is a legal requirement also and ethical requirement also, that if there are cyber security incident and it has financial implication, you have to make a disclosure so that the stakeholders are made aware. In case of banks, sometimes it happens. Cyber security incident can affect financial reporting. So what can happen? You can have financial loss. The moment you have financial loss, financial reporting will be affected. There will be loss of reputation. There will be legal consequences. You are now having one more challenge in your business to ensure that there are no cyber crime committed against the organization. Organization has enough protocols to prevent its data, but if something goes wrong, then it will have to report it in the financial reporting. It may have to face the stakeholders, which can affect your reputation, and then of course legal complication. Reporting guidelines of various regulators like SEBI, RBI, etc. address the disclosure of cyber security incident in the financial statement. SEBI requires, RBI requires, you must disclose cyber security incident in the financial statement. The reason is that let your stakeholder be aware that this company is exposed to or had faced cyber security threat, because stakeholders' money is involved, and if there is a big loss, stakeholders will lose. Hence disclosure is required so that the stakeholders can take a more informed decision. Cyber security is of a great concern to accounting and finance professional. The reason being, the financial data are very sensitive, and nowadays they are stored and transmitted digitally. So there is a huge risk of having financial loss. Technology has its own advantage and disadvantage. We have seen a lot of advantages, but there is a disadvantage. We are now dependent too much on technology, and with too much of dependence on technology, there is too much of risk of cyber security threat and reputational damage, loss of sensitive client data also. I had read in the newspaper, companies like Facebook, they also had cyber attack, and a lot of personal data of Facebook users were compromised. Then I have read about Domino Pizza also, that almost data of crores of their customer were compromised, and it was available for few hundred rupees on the dark net. Can you believe that? Many people believe banks' data are also compromised, and because of this, customers' faith in the system will get affected. Not only that, there can be severe financial loss also. What is the purpose of cyber attack? Why do these cyber crooks go for this cyber attack? They want to steal sensitive financial data, or they want to disrupt operations, because sometimes they will ensure that you are not able to access your file which has got a lot of data, and now if you want to get the access back, pay them ransom. They will demand huge ransom, crores of rupees they will ask. Some of the common cyber security threats which you may also face in your day-to-day life. So there are 6 examples given there. Remember, this list is not exhaustive. These are common cyber security threats like phishing attacks. Okay, you will get an email, okay, with a link, and they will say that RBI has given you 1 crore rupees reward. Please click on the link to get that reward. And now you are a greedy creature by birth. You will put the click the link. Then they will ask you bank detail. You will put bank detail. They will ask you sometimes OTP also. And lo and behold, your money has gone. That is phishing attack. Quite common nowadays. They are using this bet of giving some extra reward for you. Sometime you will get a message from somebody, some king of Jordan also, and he will say that king of Jordan is dying and he wants to give reward. You are selected as one of the persons to whom king of Jordan wants to give reward, but for that you will have to provide your bank details so that he can transfer the money to you. Have you received such email? Please inform me. Sometimes you receive such mail. Okay, and then out of 10 lakh people to whom they send such mail, because your data given to Gmail or Yahoo have already been compromised. Okay, so they take data from all such sites. Whatever free things that you use on internet means your data is compromised. They will send mail to 10 lakh person, and at least 5 or 10 of them will respond, and they will make money out of it, right? So never click on such mails. Never provide sensitive information to unknown people on the internet. Double check their credentials. Okay, but again, human beings are greedy and sometimes they lose money here. That is called phishing attacks. Second is malware attacks. This is also very dangerous. They will enter into your system. They will put some malicious software, means virus. Nowadays this is a big problem of using internet. You don't know from which site the virus will enter into your system, and you don't know all your data that is there is in your system is stolen by them, and they can even disrupt your operations also. And then the third one, more smarter people, they will encrypt your files. Ransomware attack. You will not be able to open your file, and now you are in a helpless situation. You want to get access to your file? Yes, pay ransom, and then the access will be restored. Fourth is insider threats. These are the people who work within the organization. Insider. They have access to sensitive data, and then they will try to give threat to the management, and they will try to get some favor or something done from the management. That is insider people. So again, one has to really understand what kind of threats can arise from your own people and how to ensure that you are protected from this threat. Fourth is denial of service attack. Oh my God. Means you will overwhelm a system or network with so much traffic that you are not able to work. Using bots, you will make a system so much overwhelmed with so much of data continuously, the system will collapse. That is why many companies, what they do, before they will give some kind of puzzle to solve. Okay, once you solve the puzzle, then only you can enter. Or they will write some A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and this you have to copy that in a box, and then you can move forward. Some of them will give you some mathematical puzzle, 2 plus 3 equal to how much, so that the robots cannot do this attack. Have you seen that? Some of them has got that pictorial puzzle also. There will be something like this, and you have to find out where are the bicycles. Oh my god. And once you click the correct box, place OK, then you can enter that website. This is done so that nobody can overwhelm your system. So almost everybody nowadays has got some or the other thing. Like for example, when you go to file that GST thing, something in very ugly letters come, A, B, C, D, and there are black lines here. It is so difficult for me to read such thing. That is called CAPTCHA. Right, I was thinking of something like that, CAPTCHA. Or it is not CAPTCHA, it irritates me a lot. Okay, but I am sure this is for the good of the people only. If that CAPTCHA is not there, then robots will capture that system fully. So that is why probably they have kept the name CAPTCHA. Okay. And I am more irritated when they say identify street lights in this grid. Half of the time I am playing that game only. Sometimes they will say identify motorbikes in this grid. As if we are playing some game, and after 6-7 trials, finally I come to the conclusion. Supply chain attacks. Supply chain attacks involve compromising third-party software. Compromising third-party software or hardware to gain access to a system or network. So using third-party software, hardware, they will enter into your system and then they can steal the data. More importantly now, you are also working in offices, you are using computers, your data is exposed to cyber crime, cyber threat. What action would you take to mitigate the cyber security risk? One is password management. That is why whenever you open a site, they will first ask you to use a strong password, which will have capital letter, small letter, numerical, some special symbols, minimum 12-14 characters, that it is difficult to crack. But our people are also very lazy. They keep password as password. Okay. Some of them are even more lazy. They just keep 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as password. 1, 2, 3, 4 also. Okay. And it is easy. More lazy fellow will write admin as password. Some people will keep their birthday as password. And then cyber people, they are able to crack it. Unless you have a very strong password, nowadays it is very easy to crack simple passwords. Okay. In the recent news article, they said 70% of the passwords are so weak that they can be easily cracked in 3 minutes. And then people can steal your data. Accounting professionals should ensure all passwords are complex and changed regularly also. Some system says after every month you have to change the password. After 1 month, in case of if you have a bank account, they will say please put old password, now put new password. So that is designed in the system. You have to change the password, or you should voluntarily change password regularly. Another system way to protect is encryption. Encryption means the data should be protected using encryption technology, which means it is not easy to enter into that. You can't open it. Okay, like our lectures are encrypted. only the authorized student are able to access it. Not everybody can access that information. So that is called encryption. It is protected during transmission and storage. The IT team of the organization should ensure all sensitive data is encrypted using appropriate method. So that is a big thing one has to take care of in the organization. As far as possible, encrypt the data. Okay, all your sensitive data must be encrypted. Third is access control system, which means only authorized people should have access to financial data. Unauthorized people should not gain access to financial data. So if somebody is a store manager, he should not be allowed access to other data which are sensitive in nature. Access to sensitive data is to be limited only to authorized personnel. Appropriate access controls are in place. Like in offices, to enter a particular department, they have access control. They will either have your thumb impression or some card, so that they know who are the people who are entering into that department. Or sometimes they do not allow certain person to enter into a particular department. So denial of access and access control should be continuously reviewed and updated based on any change in the management or employee structure. Very important. If the management or employee structure changes, somebody leaves, somebody joins, somebody is transferred to a different department, then you have to also make necessary access control change. Next, you have to have network security. Nobody should be able to enter your network unauthorized. For that, companies use firewall system which prevents unauthorized access, or you can have other security measures in place to prevent unauthorized access to the network. In your offices also, they have this firewall system, and if you open different websites in your offices, you are not able to open it. Why? They have put a firewall, because if you open different websites, it can enter into your office system and can cause disruption. So I have seen many offices do not allow you to open other website other than what is allowed. Have you seen that? That is firewall. Yes. Otherwise the employee or the article will open some website which can have virus. Then all employees require training. They should be made aware of the importance of cyber security. They should be told that you have to use a strong password, do not share your password, do not open unauthorized sites, okay, and so many other things. And they should be informed how to protect sensitive financial data. Then very important is data backup. If something is lost and if it is very sensitive, then there will be a great loss. So companies should have data backup policy. All critical data should be taken, you should take backup, so that even if there is a cyber attack and if your one set of data is lost, your backup data is there. So many companies have this policy in place. They keep backup data in different locations also, in different countries also, so that if something goes wrong at one place, they can still have access to regular data backup. Accounting professionals should ensure that data backups are performed regularly and backups are stored securely. So depending upon the volume of your data, you will decide how to store the backup data. Either it can be in hard disk or some other form of storage. And incident response planning. Last point is that you should have a plan B ready. What is plan B? What if there is a cyber incident, cyber crime? How do I get out of it? How do I respond to it? That is, accounting professionals should have a clear incident response plan in place, because you don't know what can happen, when it can happen. So how do you tackle if a cyber attack happens? This plan should include Procedure for detecting, containing and mitigating the impact of cyber attack. First of all, we should have planned to detect if there is cyber attack happening, then how to prevent ourselves. If suppose the cyber attack has actually happened, then how to mitigate the impact of that. So that is about cyber security in accounting. One student had asked a question. One student is saying that in government offices we have this policy that they don't allow access to other websites. Very good. It should be there. Otherwise people will go to any website and the organization can suffer if you download something or you click on some links. Okay. This world, modern world, has more robbers than the ancient world. Now the robbers are more sophisticated now. They have got lot of degree, lot of knowledge, but they are misusing it. Can't help it. You have to protect yourself. Prevention is the better way rather than fighting later. Prevention is better than cure. Okay. So create awareness everywhere about how to prevent yourself from cyber attacks. Do not click unnecessary links. Do not trust people whom you don't know. Do not give your information, any financial information, to anybody whom you don't know and you don't trust. Do not share your OTP password with anybody. So if you take care, maybe to a large extent you will be protected from cyber attacks. The cyber attack has really brought a bad name for the technology. Anyway, now we'll come to next point called blockchain. One student had just now said about blockchain. Blockchain means basically your data is continuously getting recorded in the form of a block, and over a period of time it becomes a large data set where each block represents one information. If somebody wants to change it, it is not possible because there will be millions of such changes. There will be millions of such changes and it is not humanly possible to alter the data. And this blockchain is a distributed ledger. That means it is decentralized system. Different people are working on it, and as and when any data is recorded, it is permanently there. You can't alter it now, and you have a complete link of the whole data which has been stored there. You can go backward and you can check, but you can't change, you can't modify, you can't alter. And it has become a very secured way of handling data. Blockchain is the technology of the future. It is written also here. And as an accountant, especially as a chartered accountant, you should be aware about this blockchain technology. You don't have to learn how this technology is created. You are not a developer, but you should know the benefit of this technology, how to use this technology in your business and in your profession. It is there in your AFM syllabus also. A brief discussion about blockchain is there in AFM syllabus also. So maybe whatever we learn here, you can use some information there also. So blockchain is a technology which is going to create a revolution in the field of finance, and it is going to have a huge undeniable impact on the financial statement. You are a CA, you need to understand blockchain, because when you will qualify, it will become more popular, it will be used by more and more organizations, okay, in future. Then what is a blockchain? It is a decentralized, means the data is not with one person, it is decentralized and transparent ledger that enables secure and immutable transaction. So the transaction recorded becomes one block and it becomes a chain of blocks where the data is recorded. I am explaining in a simple way. My knowledge about technology is limited, but as a CA we should know the utilization of that. So the data is secure. As you rightly said, you cannot alter it. It is immutable, you can't change it. Data is secure, you can't change it. Blockchain offers a distributed network where information is shared and verified by multiple participants. So lot of people can participate in that and they can verify the data, eliminating the need for intermediaries and enhancing data integrity. A simple example can be a Google Sheet where different people are working in different location and they are putting the data in that Google Sheet. So multiple parties can participate and you can create a data set. That was a simple example. From the financial statement perspective, you are going to prepare financial statement. That is why they have put in the syllabus, blockchain holds immense potential. Okay, what can blockchain do? It can streamline processes. It can enhance transparency and improve the accuracy and reliability of financial reporting. So going forward, blockchain technology will improve transparency, which is what one of the important requirements of financial statement. Financial statement will become more accurate and more reliable. Shareholders would love this. Shareholders would love this, and that is why one has to take the benefit of blockchain. This will ensure trustworthy and real-time financial information. The information has to be reliable, trustworthy, and it should be available on real-time basis. World is changing so fast that if you get the information after one day, it is very old data nowadays. Blockchain will revolutionize how financial statements are prepared, audited, and shared with the stakeholders. So going forward, the same set of financial information can be easily, quickly shared with different stakeholders. Different stakeholder will be able to see that information according to his requirement. In this dynamic landscape, that is when the technology is changing very fast, laws and regulations are changing very fast, then as a CA you have to embrace blockchain technology. Accept it. In the first lecture also I said, beginning also, in the earlier part also, technology cannot move backward. Technology will always move forward. So if you have to remain ahead in the profession, you have to accept the new technology which might impact financial reporting, and therefore as a CA, whether you like it or not, you need to embrace this blockchain technology effectively. So how does blockchain will affect financial reporting? One is, as I have discussed, it will enhance transparency in the reporting. Financial statement will be more transparent. The reason being, it is difficult to make changes. It is decentralized. Okay, it is secure. The transactions are recorded in a transparent and tamper-proof manner, difficult to alter. So more and more companies are going to use this blockchain technology. It will enhance the transparency and it will increase the faith of the stakeholders in the system. This will ensure that financial data is accurately captured, can be easily audited. It will make life of auditor also easy, because auditing a data created using blockchain technology is easy and it is tamper proof. it will promote trust and reliability. Second is it improves data integrity also. That means trust and confidence in the data will be more because they are not easy to change. Each data is verified, each block is verified, and therefore you will have higher data integrity. They are encrypted. Unauthorized modification or tampering is not possible. This feature enhances data integrity, reducing the risk of fraudulent activity, and it reduces the errors in financial reporting. So this is the second impact of blockchain, improving data integrity. The third impact will be it will streamline auditing process. So what blockchain will do, it will enable real-time access to financial data. The life of auditor will become easier. He will have real-time access to data. It will eliminate the need for time-consuming and manual data reconciliation process. All these manual tasks that you have been performing for decades will not be required. So what the auditors should do, he can directly access the blockchain ledger to verify transaction. Now it is easier for him to look at the audit trail. He can identify the source of transaction. It will reduce his audit time and enhance efficiency in financial reporting. So auditor, because next year or after that you are going to join some company, maybe you can join some audit firm also, where they have started using blockchain technology for audit purpose. If you have some basic knowledge, you will not be scared. It is a tool which will actually help the auditor. Not difficult. They will train you. Don't worry. Even if you have not formally learned blockchain technology, don't worry. When you join a company or a CA firm, they will give you basic training and you will be able to understand. Blockchain will enhance security because they are based on advanced cryptographic algorithm. This word crypto you must have heard. Crypto. Do you know any example of crypto? Which is the example? Crypto, Bitcoin, correct? Bitcoin or similar cryptocurrency are based on the concept of blockchain. There also it is a distributed ledger and a block is created for every transaction and the complete history is maintained and not possible to change the data. That is why this Bitcoin became very popular. What do you mean by algorithm? Algorithm means programming. Software programming. It's a complex software programming. It is not easy. That is why they say there are limited number of bitcoins, because to create one bitcoin you have to do lot of data mining or programming. I don't know what they call, but then it is a complex process, making it highly secure. And because it's a highly complex programming, it is secure and it is not possible to access the data or create data breach. Financial data stored in blockchain are encrypted and protected, minimizing the risk of data manipulation because you can't change it, you can't enter without authorization, and therefore the data security is strengthened. Next impact will be on reconciliation. This I like very much. One of the areas where we waste lot of time in our offices is reconciliation. Reconcile this with this, this with this, and there are hundreds of transactions. Reconciliation will be simplified. Eliminate the need for multiple version of data across different systems. So all data will be recorded under same system, same version. So there will be a lot of automatic reconciliation. Financial reporting process becomes more streamlined. Reconciliation will be reduced and errors will be also reduced. One more thing that will happen, for blockchain technology user, cost reduction. There will be no need for lot of intermediaries and central authorities. So it will reduce cost associated with traditional financial reporting process. Second, it will eliminate the need for third-party verification and reconciliation. And because of all this elimination of intermediaries, reconciliation, traditional reporting practices, your financial reporting preparation will cost you very lower amount. Lot of savings will be there. Auditor will also be happy. Why auditor will be happy? Auditor will be happy because audit trail, that is the entire journey of a transaction, is very easy to verify. Okay, because there is a comprehensive audit trail from the beginning till the end. You can see how the transaction has moved, and they are not easy to change, immutable, can't be altered. Then it provides a transparent and traceable record of financial activities. So complete movement of financial activities can be checked. It simplifies the identification and investigation of any irregularity or discrepancy. Easy to locate irregularity and discrepancy, and it improves the accuracy and reliability of financial reporting. Lot of points are getting repeated, but you can make your own summary of the benefits of blockchain technology. Last point 8, but not the least, there can be other benefits. Real-time financial reporting. What do you mean by real time? As and when the transaction takes place, your records are updated. So financial reporting can be performed more frequently. From quarterly reporting, maybe in future we can move to monthly reporting also. If blockchain technology is used, you can even move to monthly reporting. Trust me. Earlier we had annual reporting, half yearly reporting, we have moved to quarterly, and maybe going forward the investor would want monthly reporting. They will say even 3 months is a very longer period. So what do? Use blockchain technology. With blockchain technology, you can generate up-to-date financial statements more frequently with greater accuracy, and then if you get more frequent financial report, what will happen? You can make more informed decision based on current financial information. So see my prediction, maybe going forward 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line, from quarterly reporting we might move to monthly reporting because of this blockchain technology. Is it right? So you will do homework, question number 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Please today find some time, read the question and the answer. I have nothing to explain there because they are all based on technology part. So whatever is written there, I am going to read that only. Had there been some financial reporting issue, then I could have given you more inputs in that. So please read the question answer printed at the end. You will get a rough idea what kind of question they are going to ask you. Okay, today we'll stop here. We'll continue tomorrow.